Good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, depending your time and your location where you are going to watch or you're going to join me from this morning. I thank you all the fellow Biafrans and all the regional Biafrans. Those who understand the importance of freedom fighting, and those who understand how to end agitation, those who understand how to end the name called secessionalist, those who understand how to end rebel, that name called rebel, those who understand that name called insurgency, those who understand how to stop all the name callings that Nigeria government use the opportunity of our movement, calling us all kind of names since over all these years. Those who understand what we have to do, so all the name calling is going to stop. I thank you, because if you want those names calling to stop, then the question is that you need to be in United States of Biafra and support the government of United States of Biafra. You have to stand on the mandate of the Declaration of United States of Biafra without wasting time, without anybody coming to tell you otherwise. So I beg you, as you come in, please may you join me to like and share the program so others may know that we are live. And you know that through you sharing and liking the program, you are making others to know that we are live. That is important of you coming in, like the program, share the program. Also, turn your notification on so you may know that we are live and we are direct. So I beg you to also subscribe on the YouTube page, the RealBiafraTv. It is very, very imperative if you can subscribe on our YouTube page and join us. I am greeting you from all the way from, or bringing this message live all the way from United States of Biafra. That country that was declared on November 29, 2024. That country that are right now seeking for international recognition, because you must be a state for other states to recognize you. You must be a country for a country to recognize you. You must do the same as Ojukwu did by standing up and declaring independent state of Biafra before he gets recognition from anywhere in the world. That is the same thing that international law supports us on what we are doing. And under international laws, it is our right of the only way we can defend ourselves from Nigeria is by moving out from Nigeria outrightly. That is the only way. Without us moving out from Nigeria outrightly, our life will continue to be in pending danger every day from the so-called a company called Nigeria. You know that Nigeria was not declared like the way Biafra will stand up and declare Biafra. No. And Nigeria has never passed through any internal conflict or any war. That is why it's not a country. Go and check. Go and verify. Almost every country passed through internal conflict. They passed through hell. They passed through some kind of what you and the I is passing today. America passed it in their own time. Germany passed it in their own time. You see this British, they never really pass anything. But they will see something when it is a due time for them to see it. Because the prayer and the words of Mazin and the Khan must fulfill on their head. And also, Chukwukabian will answer all the prayers for this gullible, for this what the Nigerian government is doing through the support of Britain till today. Because Britain wants oil. They want good from our land. These are part of the things that are leading to what you are seeing today. The world that we are looking into today valued resources more than human life when it's come to black man, when it's come to Biafra like you and I. That's why we are asking them, why do they value mineral resources more than human beings living in the country? This is our question to all the continents that are today still supporting one Nigeria and trying to make a business or connection with one Nigeria. These are things that needed us to know. Any country today that you see that is supporting one Nigeria is only on one condition, because of what that country is gaining. And what they are getting, all they are getting in this life is in Biafra land. Because it's only the one that is in Biafra land was meant for general. But the one that is in the north and south was meant for north and south alone. The oil that is making them today to buy us, to kill us, the question is, where is that oil? Where can you find the oil? Where can you find that crude oil? Is it not in Biafra land? It is in Biafra land. That is where you can find those things. And those things that are making them to kill us more and more. Those things that are making Nigeria to be doing what they are doing to us is in our land. And that is why the world hates us. But because of they hate us, are we just going to leave ourselves like that? And are we going to die because of the world hate us? The answer is typical no. The answer is that we are not going to leave ourselves for them to kill us because of our oil. Instead of that, we are going to use what we have to defend ourselves, both local and international. In life, once they said, use what you have, get that thing that you want. These are the real picture of things in this world. I see truth. Good morning. I see God is with me. Good morning. I see Obuefi. Good morning. I salute you. Don't catch you go don't share in the comment section. So please, as you come in, please like and share. You know how we do it here. We are not greedy. The only thing that we do, once we get 10 likes, we fire down on things we have to do. So meanwhile, as we are about to fire down on what we have to do this morning, we must do that thing that we normally do. What is that thing? Asking our leader, Onyenduma Asinandekan, to lead what we have to do this morning. So we must listen to his prayers and join to say amen to. For all his prayer is about is almost fulfilled everywhere in this world. So let the prayers continue to be fulfilled. Hold on after the advert. Join me for the prayer. After that, he said,
that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you, to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwabiama, believe we're whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yeshua, who came here and said,
1 minute, that YouTube must do their thing.
And said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the BPOs, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said, my name is Namdekano.
Yes, sir.
I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
You are our leader.
So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra, not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, we honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, will not understand what we are doing. But there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachubu, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years, and will continue to do so until the end of time.
Let us listen to particular interview of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with some people. Let us listen.
In fact, he left his own mother tongue and was speaking Hausa. He is there also representing us, so it doesn't have any meaning for us. What we're saying to them is this: if you go there and negotiate any other thing apart from Biafra, you better not come back, because our people will be waiting for that very person. The zoo has come to an end. They keep killing our people. And for how long are we going to allow this contraption concocted by Frederick Lugard to continue to waste the lives of innocent people?
Now, let me stop you there. You said something that I'm interested in. People who look at several Biafran groups and movements always look at this kind of statement, like the one you made now. Let him not come back home, otherwise he will explain to us. But we know that they will go there and they will come back home. And what will happen? You see, is this the statement that there is something that will happen? Because one of the things that happen in Africa, in Nigeria, and wherever you look at, is that there are no consequences. And people who try to force consequences to be exacted end up saying things and nothing happens. What will happen to Ikemwachukwu when he comes back home? Because you know he's not going there to negotiate Biafra. You know that.
Of course, we know that very well. Okay. What will happen to him is this. Already, we know that some of them live in Abuja and Lagos axis. There is nobody that speaks for the Yoruba nation that lives in anywhere in Igbo land or in Biafra land. There is no prominent Hausa person that lives anywhere in Biafra land. What we are saying to this man and his light is that, of course, they will underestimate us, because those that have gone before us have made threats and didn't carry it out. This time it is different. If we can place the name Biafra on satellite, if we can broadcast so that the whole world can hear us every blessed day, if we are in over 70 countries around the world with over 5 million listeners, there is nothing we cannot do. This time around, things are very, very different, believe you me. Very, very different, and very soon the world will hear about it. Because the only language that people in the zoo understand is the language of violence and force. After all, that very contraption was put together by Frederick Lugard by force. That's one thing people don't understand, that Lugard killed people to bring Nigeria together. And the killing of people to disintegrate the zoo shouldn't come to anybody as a surprise. Our promise is very simple. If they fail to give us Biafra, Somalia will look like a paradise compared to what will happen to that zoo. It is a promise, it is a pledge, and it's also a threat to them. They must understand this, that we've had enough of this nonsense. These criminals cannot be stealing money belonging to everybody. These same men cannot be responsible for the length and breadth of the death, the abominable things they continue to do to the people in that very country. Every day, every week, every month, and every year, we cannot allow that to continue. It's impossible for us to let that continue, because this nonsense has to come to an end.
Now, let me ask you, when his name was announced as the leader of the Igbo delegation, so why didn't your group question the governors that appointed him the leader of the Igbo people to the national conference?
It's because the governors you have in Biafra land are an extension of the Hausa Fulani hegemony. They were appointed by Hausa Fulani men to come and do the bidding of Hausa Fulani oligarchy in that very part of the world. So it didn't come to us at all as a surprise. Every Igbo governor you have has a Hausa Fulani godfather. Hausa Fulani people put them there. They are there to do their bidding. If you go to Imo State, you'll understand what I'm saying. Rochas Okorocha, or whatever his name is, has single-handedly Islamized the whole of Imo State. And that very process is also ongoing in Ebonyi State. Are you talking about Theodore? He is pathetic and laughable. These are the men they gave to us as if P2B. You're a journalist yourself, Okonkwo. Nobody has ever asked P2B about Izu River. How many people he killed at Izu River and dumped their bodies there? They are also human beings with fathers and mothers. No one ever complained. These are the caliber of people, the caliber of leeches and cabals they have imposed on us. And we are here to resist it. And we shall. this year, to be very precise.
Now, let me ask, because there are the group, the Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign Nation of Biafra. I'm familiar with the group, and I know that one of their principal ideas is that this should be done in a peaceful way. Is your group opposed to a peaceful way of achieving Biafra, or are you in support of both sides, whether peaceful or non-peaceful? What is your group behind?
I support both sides. If they give us peace, that is wonderful. If they decide to go down the route of violence, then I can give you this assurance today. Of course, your worldwide listeners and viewers may be able to note this. If they do not give us Biafra, there will be nothing living in that very zoo they call Nigeria. Nothing will survive there, I can assure you. You see, 1967 to 1970 is not 2013 to 2015. We had scientists then. Now we have men that can make things happen, even better than what we had in the late 60s. So that should ring as a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actualization or whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I'm a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
Now, let me ask you, if you look at the world today, look at a place like Scotland, where people, the Scottish, are in the process of trying to see if they will get their own country. Basically, the way they went about it was to say, we want to be separate from the British, England, and they are putting a process where they will vote, and if majority of them say they want to move, and they will move. Now, I want to ask you, do you think that if you ask majority of Igbo people today whether they should be part of Nigeria or part of Biafra, that you have the numbers that will come to your side of the argument?
Yes, we have over 98% of our people willing. The other 2% are those fathered by Hausa Fulani men as a consequence of the war. Everybody born as a Biafran, everybody born as an Igbo, Ibibio, Efik, and Ebanke, anybody born as a Joe has freedom implanted in their DNA. That is why we have autonomous communities. Have you seen anywhere in the world where you have autonomous communities? Have you seen? The answer is no. The reason why we have autonomous communities is because we are born to be free. We want to be autonomous. And that freedom must be carried right all the way to the heart of governance in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. We must make this very, very clear and abundantly clear to our people that our quest is for us to be free. You mentioned Scotland. Scotland is already a free nation. What they are seeking in Scotland is independence. We are not free and we are not independent either. So that is why the same scenario doesn't apply at all. In Scotland, as a Scottish person, you have your own parliament, you can do whatever you like. You even have what is called tax-raising powers. You can raise taxes or you can lower them as you like. The Scottish Court of Sessions is in charge of the entire legal process in Scotland.
Now, let me ask you, I know. Why don't your group push for that in a place like the national conference that is going on now, to get that kind of autonomy first, rather than now pushing for independence without whether Nigeria wants it or not?
The fact of the matter is that the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a democratic Biafra within a peaceful setting does not currently exist in that very place you call Nigeria. Mind you, that is the name of a river. Up north, you call them Niger, which is French. If you come down a little bit, it is called Niger, which is English. And the people that live around it are called Nigerians. The only place, or part of the only place in Black Africa where you name a people after a river. I have never seen any civilized country in the world where people are named after a river. It's never happened before. The people own the river, not the other way around. By tacitly accepting the word and the tag Nigeria, what it means is that you never had any history until Frederick Lugard came, which is a fallacy, it's an abomination, and nobody should be saying that. Coming back to what you said, there is no way we can run for office as a political party. We tried it with ABGA and it did not work. These issues were trashed out very well. Is that the people that control the levers of power within Nigeria are not politically sophisticated enough to appreciate the finer points of political discourse. In other words, that disputes resolution can best be conducted within a political setting where people are civilized. And I'm afraid to say that what I see in the zoo they call Nigeria, people are not civilized.
Now, we're out of time, but let me ask you, last week, I believe, the Biafran Zionist movement claimed a responsibility for the attack at the Enugu State Government House. Are you familiar with that group, and what was the mission of that attack?
I am familiar with a lot of groups. That name rings a bell. Anybody that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome what they did at Enugu, and I hope that people can come out and join us when the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens.
All right, Nnamdi Kanu, thank you so much for joining us, and we will bring you back again and see how things are going.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
When we come back, we are going to continue.
I hope you had it clearly from us in Nandekan. I was going to tell you that. And what was this year, except to this way we are doing it. In this particular interview on Sahara TV, you can have it from those who claim they are IPOB, who have entered into politics. Well, they want money. They want their name to be known by the Nigerian government. You said somebody you called your leader, so that nothing like politics to use politics and get referendum or get Biafra from Nigeria. Even warning all the politicians. Ojukwu tried, it did not work. It was a lesson. Once, twice beat is a child. When you look at this, that Mas Nnamdi Kanu is explaining this morning, that I will draw attention back to one of his broadcasts, one of his interviews, you see who is your leader. The same way Mas Nnamdi Kanu, Mas Simon Ekpa, gets acquitted with what he's doing, and believe that there is no other way. Nigeria is where you use multiple dimensions. If they want peace, we are ready. If they want it into violence, we are ready. If they want it into voting, we are ready. Anyhow they want it. But for you to use a politics to campaign or get a party name to be voting people inside, it can never, because those you are going to vote is the same people who have one or two or three motive for what they want from Nigeria. So I'm telling you, I am assuring you from the words of Mas Nnamdi Kanu that there is no other way. Let's say what we have done, and we have already get Biafra. We are in Biafra. No more. For those who have been deceived over all these years. You had it clear from Mas Nnamdi Kanu from this Sahara report interview. He told you outrightly that if they refuse to give us Biafra, they refuse to let us go, and you know that nobody will give us Biafra. We are the one to take it by ourselves, because it belongs to us. That is our right. I want you to know that everything that we are doing is on the right track right now, under international laws. These today are part 3 of under international law. Now that we have officially declared, not first time, this second, realize what it is, declared of Biafra again as a new nation. The under international law, how we can remove Nigeria from our land, how we can disintegrate Nigeria from our land, is the process that we are going to do. Before playing those laws, I want us to know one thing. For those who told you that the government are no flowing structure template of Mas Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, they are deceiving you. There is no template that we have to follow now, except international and local laws template as a new country. If Obato Obie they claim, if that people who claim that we are not that this government is not following the template of Mass Simon, but if Mass Simon is here, a lot of things will change his template. And the template was even changed when he was here with us. That is why he's telling you, that's why he told us that the best thing is to go into declare officially again. That is why. So anybody who comes to tell you that the government of Biafra, this is not following the template, okay, that person is a confused human being. With one way or the other, he has a grievance on his mind. And when you are talking from grievances, it's all over your face. When you are even compromised talking with grievances, because grievances, anger can make you to be compromised. I see those in the comment section. Let me anchor all of you before I will start. Where I stopped, I saw from Frank Shuku, my brother. Good morning from here. Good morning. You are reaching us from Bongoland. Thank you so much for putting that at here. Thank you. Say good morning from Lagos, the land of Bongo. Thank you so much. Esther Opuese. Very good morning to you, Mazi, and to all Genu Biafrans. Well done for the wonderful work. Chukwuka Biama. Chukwuka Biama will always bless you and replenish you. He said, it's a happy weekend to all the Biafrans. He said, I wish you the same thing, Okosa. Thank you so much. My brother Easyway, good morning from here. My own blood, Chinedu, good morning from here. I salute you. I salute Afoma Chooks. Good morning, GCK. Thank you so much. I see my brother Chinedu Felix. God went from Malaysia. Good morning from here. I salute you. I see Ifanya Isaiah. Ifanya, my brother, good morning from here. I salute you. I see my good friend from Gulf country who always on our platform. This Ali Zaid you are seeing here, he is our friend. These kind of people that we invite when our country we finally settled and build our country to come for talk, and he can go back because he is supporting us from day one. So Ali, my brother, or my fellow Biafrans, we greet you. We salute you. We love you. Stay safe, like you said. Thank you so much, my people. So going back to what I'm narrating, template. A template always change. The template of primary school is not, the template of nursery school is not template of primary school. The template of primary school is not the same template of secondary, but they're all school. The template of university is different from template of reading for you to have a degree. All these things are there. This is how this movement that we are into is migrating. Finally, we have migrated at the last place of it. How do you think also we will use the template that we're using when we are not a country? The template in your house when you just married your wife without a kid, is this template you're using when you have children in your house? Why people are not going to, because of envy and jealousness, because of hatred, because of grievances, you cannot reason. In our private lives, we have templates. The template change from time to time because they said that one thing is constant in life is all about changing. Changing is that thing that is always constant in our life. These are things that we almost know. So when they come to deceive you, they are not using templates, and he compares the government that he has supported with Ogenkere and the man Maduabo. You look at that kind of person. Are they not laughable? Because of you are angry, they didn't give you a position, and you continue denying yourself. The more you deny, the more you get more angry, the more you mess yourself up. Nothing like the only template we have to work on it now is template of international and local that are going to help us to be on the right of the law. Because everything that we are doing now as a country, there is a role that a law plays into it. It's not something that we will be doing alone. No. We must we need to lay our hand on things that will back us up, so they will not see us as a rebel country. They will not see us as a terrorist country. These are the truth. So those who hold my Simon Bar will know that what he fought for is for a country, not for a group, not for an individual. I don't know why people all of a sudden will be messing themselves up. When your standard is not what the government needs, they won't give you a position. I ask you a question. You who resigned because of not giving you a position, the woman told you that I asked them to give you a position, they did not give it to you. I want to ask, why did Obatobia did not give you those positions? Obatobia is here with us. So you are also in direct way now fighting Obatobia or making him to feel pain that he did not recognize you, he did not give you any vital position. This is what it is. You are indirectly telling Obatobia, remember where you are, and you are the one telling that it expose those who want someone to release. You who resign from the government are part of those who never want him to be released because of what you are doing. You are being pained because of he did not give position. So today you are laughing him. My people, we must continue to do what we're supposed to do under international laws, not the way we think it, not the way we plan it. When a president is under campaign to win election, he has template to win the election. After winning the election, he will, once he declares a president, he will come out with a template of what he can do and template of local and international laws to support that he's a president. This is how it works, my people. Why are we so dumb? Why are we so bittered on ourselves? Why are we so angry? Why are we so jealous? Why are we so when there's a lot of so much envy, anger in our life? And you claim you know what you are doing. You are the only one who knows the template. Why don't you go and declare Biafra now and bring the template? Deceive yourself. My people, we need to go on our normal discussion. We need to go. As the program is playing, for those who are to work, for those who are going to work, if you have something to contribute, you can call. You will accept your call. You submit your suggestion or your opinion. Then we move forward. Thank you so much. So let us go into what we have this morning, my people. Let us go into it because it's a high time we tell ourselves the truth. Nandi Banks no ana soranya de dikwenigbo, and the truth are very bitter. Onya agbo eziokwu jelubog. Onye agbo eziokwu jebaba mba. Onye buna ihe nwere eru ha to give you a position in the government, you get angry. Do we care that you get angry? It's your own business that you get angry. Can you getting angry stop what we are doing? The answer is no. It can never stop it because it is the right of the people. It is the right of the government to choose those that are going to be there. We are going to play it fully. Then remember where we stopped yesterday night. Then we move in. We start from there to analyze it, to explain to every layman understand where we can understand that the template that the government are using now is the best template ever. We are not going to be talking all about military. Yes, they are primary foundation of what we are doing. But other things that will support what they are doing, we need to be doing it also. That is how everything works. Things do not just work like that. There is how everything is being played out. That is how everything is being working. We must continue. We must continue what we're doing. We allow it to roll. After that, so you can understand what we're doing. This is a full international law to remove Nigeria from our land. This is full of it. So that is what we are going to discuss and share our thoughts on it this morning. So please, as you come, please may you like and share the program, please. And also subscribe on the YouTube page if you never do. You never did that. This is RealBiafraTv. RealBiafraTv. Please like, share, subscribe. If you are coming for the first time seeing the page, if I am on this particular screen on your face that has a wall like this, I am on the center of the wall, there is a 3 dot in front of you that is permanent and open. That's straight 3 dot. Just touch it one hand, it will open. You will see like. That is where we find the like. So because we need to like, so program does others know that we are live. Because once you like and share, people will come in to watch what we are doing. Somebody called on this platform and said, I come across of your platform through somebody sharing and I listen. Then today, I can see that we all the comment section are doing well in what we are doing. That is why it's very important. When you like others, we know that we are live. That is how important this like it is. So please, may you do so as we are moving in. Let us play the voice. Let us play the documents. Let us play international laws. How we can remove, how international law support us to remove Nigeria from our land. It's our right to do so.
Full international law against the removal of an occupier from a country is not a single, explicit treaty or convention. Instead, it is a combination of foundational principles of international law, most notably the prohibition on the use of force, and the body of international humanitarian law, IHL, that governs the conduct of an occupying power. Here is a breakdown of the key legal principles and sources. 1. Prohibition on the use of force. This is the most fundamental principle. The acquisition of territory through the use of force is illegal under modern international law. The key source for this is UN Charter, Article 2, 4. All members shall refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, or in any other manner inconsistent with the purposes of the United Nations. Customary international law. This principle is widely considered a jus cogens norm, a peremptory norm of general international law from which no derogation is permitted. An occupation, by its very nature, is a result of the use of force. While IHL provides rules for how an occupation must be conducted, the act of occupation itself is often a violation of the UN Charter unless it is an act of self-defense or authorized by the UN Security Council. 2. International humanitarian law, IHL. Once a territory is occupied, a distinct body of law comes into effect. This law does not legitimize the occupation but instead aims to protect the civilian population and regulate the relationship between the occupying power and the occupied territory. The primary legal instruments are the Hague Regulations of 1907. These regulations establish the foundational rules for belligerent occupation. Key provisions include Article 42, defines a territory as occupied when it is actually placed under the authority of the hostile army. Article 43 mandates that the occupying power must restore and ensure public order and safety, while respecting the laws in force in the country as far as possible. The Fourth Geneva Convention of 1949. This is the most comprehensive treaty on the protection of civilians in time of war, including those under occupation. It places extensive obligations on the occupying power, including principle of temporary occupation. The occupying power does not acquire sovereignty over the occupied territory. It is an administrator on behalf of the original sovereign. The occupation is deemed to be temporary. Prohibition on annexation. The occupying power cannot annex the occupied territory. Any attempt to do so is illegal. Prohibition on population transfers. Article 49 explicitly prohibits the forcible transfer or deportation of the occupied population. It also prohibits the occupying power from transferring its own civilian population into the occupied territory. Respect for local laws and institutions. The occupying power must respect the existing laws, customs, and institutions of the occupied territory. including its courts, unless absolutely prevented from doing so. Protection of civilian rights. The Convention provides for the protection of civilians from violence, intimidation, and collective punishment. It also addresses issues like food, medical supplies, and freedom of religion. 3. The right to self-determination. The right of peoples to self-determination is a cornerstone of international law, recognized in the UN Charter and other international instruments. The continued occupation of a territory against the will of its people is a violation of this right. This principle reinforces the temporary and non-sovereign nature of occupation and provides a legal basis for the occupied people's right to resist and regain their sovereignty. Conclusion. In short, international law does not provide a single, immediate mechanism for removing an occupier. Instead, it provides a powerful legal framework that delegitimizes the occupation from its outset and imposes a strict set of rules on the occupying power. The legal regime of occupation is designed to be temporary, to protect the occupied population, and to preserve the original sovereign's rights. The ultimate legal imperative is for the occupation to end and for the occupied people to regain control of their territory and exercise their right to self-determination.
I hope you had it clearly here. I hope we all are keyed in on what we are about to explain to make common sense together with one another. It's a time to make common sense to one another. That's why I said, after reading this article, this document, if there is anything you have to say, you are free to say. It is very, very imperative if you may do so. So, we stopped on number 2. Headline, International Human Rights Law, IHL, is where we stopped yesterday night. Remember this. Before we go, as we read, let us touch number 1 and the headline that we are discussing this morning. So, when you see and you hear it clearly, then you believe. To see is to believe. That is the language of our people, and that's what we believe. That is why some people are still not supporting the movement. They want it to, when I finally see that they have removed Nigeria in our land, then they will now come and join. Do not mind them. They will pay tax and they will get tired because of how they play now that we are doing this. My people. That is why it is good to know what you're supposed to know. That is also why we are here to make it clearly. People to understand, for the international laws to know that we know these documents they hide. This law they hide on us, they hide from us. That we have that law by ourselves, and our government has made those criteria, then they should give us our recognition. Here is breaking down of the key legal principle and to secure a land or to remove Nigeria from Biafra, and now it has been fully declared as an independent state of United States of Biafra. 1. Prohibition on the use of force. Nigeria has no right to use force on us anymore. They said this is the most fundamental principle. The accusation of territory through the use of force is illegal under modern international law. Under modern international law. What Nigeria is doing in our land now, militarizing everywhere in our land, is illegal under modern international law, not under us. The key to remove Nigeria in our land, the first article of UN Charter, Article 2 and 4, use a very versatile and important word to educate all of us. We as Biafran people who declare the country new, we are not going to use force to remove Nigeria. And the Nigeria are not going to use force to be clean and stay in our land. It's vice versa case. Look at how they say, all member. When they say all member, we are those that Nigeria occupy. We are occupier, but Nigeria is occupying. We need to destigmatize. We need to understand it very well, because the law is standing for everybody, but it must stand on the side of those who are on the side of the really what the law that we are reading here quoted. UN Charter Article 2 and 4. He said all members shall reign in their international relationship for the threat of use of force against the territory integrity. Now, that is why I told you we are no longer in the era of woto. No. Now we are in the era of diplomatic movement. We are in the era of getting everything the way it's supposed to be. Not by gun and bullets only. Yeah, they say that both occupier and occupying. That is, we are the owner of the land, and Nigeria, who are not the owner of the land, that we should not use over force to do it. That we should do it in the ambit of law by removing Nigeria in our land. How? It says, political independency of any state or in any other manner with the purpose of United Nations, UN. Remember, this under Article 2 and 4. We are narrating this for you, for us to understand it this morning. Then it also further to go, customary international law. These things are very important. We need to, because this is why you will know, if you understand what I am explaining now, then you know that your governments are on the right track to make sure that we remove Nigeria in our land. It's not going to be that way you are looking for it. It must be, now that the country is officially declared as a new state, it must be under international law. And you know that law takes time to prevail. That law is no quick action. So for you who want quick action, you made a mistake. That is why on the side of the government of United States of Biafra as a new country, I want to tell you that the government, the international law is on our own side. Pop and plain. You had it here clearly. Customary international law. This principle is widely considered as a jus cogens norm of a general international law from which no disintegration of a permanent way. An occupation by its very nature is a result of using of force. Nigeria should not use force. We should not use over force. Because when we use over force as those who are a new country, it will backfire back on us. International law will turn against us. While IHL provide a rule of how an occupation must be conducted, now that we want to occupy our land, how we can coordinate over it. The art of occupation itself is evaluation of the UN Charter, unless it is art of self-defense. Do you see where we got it right now? Because we are on the self-defense to defend ourselves and our land. That is also how we can use gun and bullets to chase away, to fight those who are occupying in our land, which happen to be Nigeria state. They said this is only authorized by the UN Security Council. These people that authorize it, that because of self-defense, imamba naka when they defend when I'm self-defense, imanji me protest when I'm self-defense. Ige jitable some certain things. Here this all they are now when they defend the player also. It's not only by mouth. And they said, if Biafra army carries ammunition right now to defend our land under UN Charter, they authorize us to do that. Are you following? They are authorized us to do that. We must continue. International humanitarian law, IHL. We are going more deep now. Number 2. Once a territory is occupied, a direct body of law comes into effective. Now that Nigeria occupies our land, and we want to occupy our land by ourselves as the owner of the land, a direct body of law comes into effective. What are those laws that will come into effective that will be on our side because of our country was declared unto self-defense because of bye-bye in Biafra land and because of the inhuman treatment that Nigeria is doing on us? Then you understand why this particular aspect of what we are doing now is important for us to know, and also to expose it to the world that we know. If they wasted time to come, we also can use this and ask them, this law, is it not for we also? I see my brother Alaka Chuku. Thank you so much for coming in. Please, as you come, please like and share the program. Now, we are going to listen how these laws, in what years, and how these laws were conducted, and how they are on the side of what we are doing is very legal with United States of Biafra government. Listen. The law does not limit the occupation for insisting arms to protect the civilians population and the ruthless relationship between the occupying power and the occupied. Nigeria has occupied our land. Now we that occupying, I want to occupy our land, we that we are occupying. In the ambit of law, there is how we are going to do it. How? To protect our territory. The primary legal instruments are what we can use to protect our land and how we can remove Nigeria in our land. The Haga Regulation of 1907. This regulation establishment the foundation rule for brilliant occupying. The key provisions include. Now, when all these things are happening, how all these things will happen, then in a law under UN Charter in 1907, when we was not even born, the law has been there. This law has been there for us, waiting for a time that's now that we have finally redeclared United States of Biafra as a new government, as a new country, and also with a new government. How the law support what we are doing? Listen to this. Article 42 define a territory as occupied when it is actually placed under the authority of the hostile army. Now that Nigeria is occupying our land, is occupied our land with military, with armor tankers, with gun and bullets, are they right to do that? We will understand on Article 43. Remember that we are now on Article 42. Actually placed under the authority of the hostile army. In our land, are we not under a military coup or under a military regime? In Biafra land, Nigeria is occupying our land with army. In every checkpoint in all the states and all the county and all the streets in Biafra land, you see armor tanker, you see police, you see checking point. That's what international law called. They call it under Article 42. They call it hostile. We are on a host stage in our own words, in our own English. We are on in that is, if you look at it very well, we are under. That is how the government, what they are doing to us. Nigerian government with their military, you will find out that if what they are doing is right to be done or not. Because anything about a new country, the laws and the constitution and the guideline, there is only 3 bodies that can handle it. Number 1 is UN. That's number 1. Number 2 is the law of Montevideo Convention 1933. Number 3 is the 4th Geneva Convention in 1949/1907. It's not about what we think. It's not about how we see it. It's not about how we do it. It's all about how the law can help us in what we are doing. And how the law is on our side is where we must be going in right now. That is why the governments are doing their quota very well. They are doing their quota very well. If Nigeria is using force, we are not going to confront them face to face, head on. The time will come when we are going to confront Nigeria head on. What time is that? Now we are officially declared with our right under self-defense to confront Nigerian military to leave our land, or Nigerian police to leave our land. Yes. It's also going to be another upper hand. Immediately one state or one country or one nation recognize us as a new country. Immediately they recognize us, then we have the fully force to do it, because what we are reading under this law of international law is full international law, how to remove Nigeria in our land. I also want you to know that we have to also endorse patience for our government to get it right. We should not be under pressure. We should not be pursuing the government to start boom, boom, boom every. No, sometimes that word woto is no longer there anymore, because in the law of international law, in the law of UN Charter, in the law of Video Monte Convention, in the law of Geneva Convention 1949/1907, there's nothing like woto. There's nothing like too much gun and bullets. And they say it must be under self-defense. Our government will introduce that. That is why we have it as our right to do it. Because he said that you must protect your land, and they know that we cannot use hand and talk and protest, and they do to protect the land. We must have equipment that suits those who are coming to us. That's what Batobie told you. A government that is violent, that the government that is violent is going to respond to the government that is violent also. Nigeria is a country of violence. Nigeria is a country that don't have rule of engagement. Nigeria is a country who don't respect international laws. That is who Nigeria is. Under the other way around, Nigeria does not have law, and because of Nigeria was not a country, it's an experiment of a geographical area by a man called Olugard, a country named after river. Have you heard that before? That is why I played the voice of Mazen Nandika. We must continue. I see you, official AJ. Good morning from here. Remember, we are on article what? 42. That is what article we are on UN Charter that support what we are doing. Now we must continue. Article 43. mandated that the occupying power must restore and ensure public order and safety. Now we are the occupying. You see how they use the word? Now that we officially declared as a new country, we are the occupying. Why Nigeria is occupied? So, under this is a mandatory that occupying power must restore, ensure public order and safety to our people, to the citizens of Biafran people. To the citizens of Biafran people. Why respecting the law in force in the country as possible? As we are defending our land, as we are about to remove them, we must respect laws. Why do we have to respect the laws? For them to not to see us as a rebel country. I read that document yesterday to you. Traitorous of a rebel nation. A rebel nation. Do you know that Nigeria can also tag now as a rebel country because of the level of the killings, level of the buying in Biafra land, in whole Nigeria. Let's make it general. In the level of what is happening in Benue, in the level of what is happening in the north, in the level of what is happening all around of Nigeria, Nigeria can now tag as a rebel country, insurgency country, Boko Haram country that are threatening and buying the citizens. They said here that under Article 43 of international law, they said they said here, why representing the law in force in the new country as far as possible. We continue. The Fourth Geneva Convention, 1943, is law. Is a body of law that supports every country in whatever you are going to do once you are officially declared yourself as a new country. Because that is what the word used to recognize you. We continue. The Fourth Geneva Convention in 1949. This is the most comprehensive threat on the protection of civilians in time of war, including those under occupation. It's a place existing of obligation on the occupying power, including, now you will hear it, what they included here. Now we need to also, it's going to be a heavy problem, a heavy war in Biafra land, as now that we don't have all the equipment to protect our land. Our civilians in a time of war, we need to protect them any way we can, anyhow we can. When we are protecting the land and our citizens, our properties, that is what is called self-defense, that we have rights to do what? To do. Now, listen. Obligation on the occupying power, including principle of a temporary occupation. Nigeria, they are temporarily occupying our land. Now that we have declared, they will live under international laws. Listen, the occupying power does not acquit sovereignty over the occupied on behalf of the original sovereignty of a nation. The occupation is demanding to be for temporary. Nigeria, see, people did not understand. You know that because of they take history away from our school. That is also how they take law away from us. So we don't know anything about law, how laws support what we are doing. We don't know about it. We see it and just let us be doing something now that is in our own way. It is good to do it in the own way. Then you also think that way you want to do it. Is it how law? Because if we have read history in our Nigeria school, which they remove from us, because these are part of things they don't want us to know. Because when the country's law in school is trying to teach about history, it will bring some wars that has happened in Nigeria, and when they bring this thing in line of it, all this international law will be under. So you read and know it. So they don't want to know you are right. That is why they remove history in Nigeria school. Tell me that court that they remove history in their school in the world. Tell me that court that don't have a law, does not have court history. It's only in Nigeria. That's why it's not a nation. It's only in Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is not what? A nation. How many times are you going to be there? How many times are you going to understand what we are doing now is what international law says we should do? That is our right to declare a new nation. Once we have population, once we have a territory, once we have a government, once we can create how to build a nation in international global stage. That is the criteria first. We have all met all these criteria. So Nigeria occupying our land, they are there now temporarily. Watch Nigeria will leave. Even if it takes 5 or 10, 20 years, they must surely leave our land. This is how other countries get their own. So the one that our own is going to be different from how others get their own. We must pass the same process that others passed before they be able to get their land fully. When Elias told you that that we have to get our land 80%, I told you no law proved that. We don't have to even get 10% before international body will recognize us. This is how he is confusing the gullible that are giving him money, and this is how he can confuse them. So they're able to give him money. They are giving them every month. But I am here. We are here to expose them and their lies with international laws. But now that we are a new country, prohibition of an extension. The occupying power cannot annex the occupied territory. Any attempt to do it is illegal. Do you hear it? Any attempt of Nigeria to continue existing in our land is what? Under international law, it is illegal. Prohibition. Any attempt to do so is what? Illegal. But attempt of we as a new country to remove Nigeria in our land under international law is what? Is legal. Is what? Is legal. So the template we are using now is a template of international laws. We are not going to use a template of when we are in a group agitation and they call it separate movement. No. This is the area that we have to dive in to be on the safer side of the other countries to know, yes, they understand law. We will recognize them. They will not go there, abuse the law, to abuse international laws. That is one thing that the governments are preventing right now. That is why for now, we don't need woto. We need diplomatic movement. We need international body to know that we are fully prepared as a new country. And we understand what it takes to be a new country. These are what we're supposed to be doing by now. And that is what the government is doing. And that is why I am bringing that for us to know that the governments are on the right track. That they are not messing up. Whatever that we are doing between legal and illegal, which one do you want? I want something to be legal when it's legit. That is how it is. I see you, okay, UK. You're welcome. Good morning from here. I see you, Easy Way, my brother. You're welcome from here. Thank you so much. Prohibition on population transfer. Article 4 of 4th Geneva Convention prohibits the forcible transfer of deportation of the occupied population. What do they mean here? Some of us are in Nigeria trying to do our business. Some of us build houses in Nigeria. This is why we know that this thing that we are doing is it is open. When they tell you that if you claim you're a Biafran, if you go, we talk about over your land, or over your house in Lagos, over your house in Abuja. It's not true. Nigeria, as those are occupied our land, that we have get ourselves out of them, the international have said is what? Is they prohibit Nigeria to do that. They said it's horrible. They can't do it. It's not legal for them to deport all Biafrans back to Biafra because of a new country was declared. And there are some of our people who are in Lagos, who are in North, who are in Benue, who are or anywhere you are. They cannot. The international law covers you that Nigeria cannot deport you because of your new country was declared. It's not. So I don't know why people in Abuja are afraid. International law is against it. It said I don't know the easiest word I'm going to use. I don't understand it. But it's abomination for them to do what? To deport any of us because of a new country was declared. If they will deport us because a new country was declared, why those in America and US did not deport them to go back to their land? That is why you know that international law covers you and I in what we are doing. This is Article 49, Geneva Convention in 1907/1949. This law is there to protect. That's what Obi told you. Do not mind them. Mazan Kane told you, forget that thing they are telling you. It's not happening. That is why they remove law in our school, so we cannot read such things. Because through history, in the school, you can come across all these documents, because once you talk about a country fighting war, they will bring all this to tell you that look at the way it's supposed to go, it's become legal, and the way it's going to be, it's become illegal. Nigeria are acting illegal in our land, in our new country, in United States of Biafra. It is also prohibits the occupying power for transferring its own civilians population into occupied territory. Like also we are not going to chase Hausa Yorubas out from our land. You see, this case is very versatile. We are not going to say no because of now we have occupied our land, that we are going to deport all people that are not Biafrans. No, they're also going to be there while we are building our nation. They're also going to be there while we are building our nation. Are you getting what I'm saying? Are you understanding very well? These are the main things that we have to do. This is international law, not me. This is what international law proved to us. On this, in international law, there is a four body that provide a law that guides you and I. Because of what's happened in Nigeria, I told you I was in JS1 when they removed history in school in Nigeria. In JS1. Immediately I entered JS1, they removed history from school. And how could you know Anthony C? Because when you are reading a history in school, then it will tell you how countries are being run and how countries are being exist in the eyes of the law. Even here, I am reading this article from this article from I'm coming. I know why I want to get it away, because of this so-called Anthony who is on our comment section right now, because I like people to come to learn. This is the 4th Geneva Convention of 1949 and 1907. This is where they put all these things down for us. Look at from where I'm reading, or I search it. Oh God. That's why I said I need to launch this platform in a big way so we can put it on the screen. Somebody like Anthony can read and stop fooling himself. So you cannot come here to come and accuse me. A country where I might have a job. That is why I can open internet, pay data. Do you know how much I spend in that country where I am? Do you know how much I spend in just ordinary internet in this country? Maximum 1 month in the country where I am. Do you know how much that internet costs here? I can use internet and pay for your student school fees. Only my internet. Do you know what's called BD? After Kuwait money, a country where I am is with their currency is second in the world. Go and check very well. After Kuwait has the highest currency in the world, after the second by this country where I am. If I told you how much their 1 BD equivalent to 1,000, how much it is, you TM now. I have a job where I am. Today is my off. Today is Friday. I'm my weekly off. I use it to come online to educate, to teach myself also, to also let people that want to know what it takes to have a new country that we have. That what now? That is why the governments are on the right side of Biafra. Let me not deviate from what I'm doing, my people. For Nigeria in our land, now that Biafra has been declared, if we get recognition from any state, from any country, and the UN members support us, and Geneva Convention laws, they are there guiding us, because of we have these particular laws, it enables us to understand. I want you to know that is why you will not deport some of Nigeria who are in our country. Under international law, protect those people that are in our land doing their businesses. That is how also international law of this particular Geneva Convention now protect us. Remember, we have read on the international law of Montevideo Convention 1933. Anthony, go on your phone that you used to write here, go on Google, just very easy thing. Go there, type Montevideo Convention law 1933. If a new country is being declared, what are the criteria? Just go there. Don't come here to come and distract us or stay here to learn if you like. Because our people we always shy away from law and international laws, legal. That is why what United States of Biafra is doing is legal. The international law, the local law, the customary laws are on our side. This is the truth. The truth are always bitter. The truth is always bitter. People refuse to accept the truth. So I want you to know, for those who you have declared Biafra now, but Nigerians are still in our... Yes, they are going to be there. Because of we want to occupy our land, we are not going to throw every indigenous of Nigeria away. But the only thing they will do, they will abide by our law. Then our people in their country will abide by their law. This is how it is. This is how international law proves this order for us. Do we know that since 1907 there was a law on what we have declared on November 29, 2024? These are facts and figures. These are what is called evidence at hand. The word judge evidence. So, in this fight of prohibition of population transfer under Article 49, that we as a new nation, we are not going to deport all Nigerians back into Nigeria territory. No, we will allow them, but they will stay in our land, in our country, under the law. That is what this Article 49 stands for. Respect for local law and the institutions. Respect. Nigeria must respect our law of United States of Biafra. Then United States of Biafra has to respect the law of Nigeria. It's vice versa. This is what it is. said what? This is what it is. The occupying power must respect the existing law. We that we occupy our land, the new, we must respect existing law of Nigeria. This is, see, do you see, am I on one side? No, the law is not on one side. The law is the side of everybody. But the law is there to guide you. Then when you mislead the law, when you do not respect the law will catch you up. And the way it's catching Nigeria people up right now. Customs and institutions of the occupied territory, including courts, unless absolutely prevented from doing so. If we are not officially declared, we are going to be like countries like Taiwan and Kosovo. If we not, that is why they said prevented from doing so. What will prevent us from doing so? When we are not officially declared United States of Biafra as a new nation. That is why what we did on November 29 is very paramount, is very important, is very sacrosanct. So nobody will come to deceive us anymore. We have to do everything that we are doing now in our own way. That is how it goes. So when people come here, they want to do one or two things. I allow you to fool yourself and you walk away because the law is here. So, I want you to know that we are on the right track and we are moving forward. Nobody will stop us. We are only the one to stop ourselves. No born of human can stop us. Remember that law must come in due process. Take its place in due process. As we are respecting our law, we must also respect Nigeria law because they have they are existing country. They are there. The law did not say that because of we declared that we should go and chase away all the Nigerian citizens in our land. No, the only thing that we are going to remove in Nigeria, in our land, is their military, their police, their politics houses, and their local government, and turn it into our own. This is the only thing that we are going to stop them having governors in our land. This is the thing that the international law mandates that we should remove, but we must remove it in the ambit of international law also. We are not just going to remove it. We are not going to just to remove it. We are not going to use Woto code. No, Woto is no longer the code anymore. The code now is international law. Is the code. The code is what? International law. This is what we are going to use now. Protection of the civilian rights. The Convention of Geneva Convention 1949/1907 provide for the protection of the citizens from violence, intimidation, and collective punishment. You see, Nigeria, are they not bringing violence to us? That is what they use. Intimidation and the punishment by arresting our people, buying our people anyhow, sending police, army, troops in Okigwe. These are intimidation. These are violence. International law cannot condone such acts. It's also addressed as issues like food, medical supplies, and the freedom of religions. In our new country, we need to allow people to worship what they want. We are not going to tell them what they want and say, no, you will not do this, if you do it. No. As we are now a new country, we must prepare ourselves. We must be learning all these standards. So it's not going to be a new thing to us. That is why it is very, very imperative for you to listen, for you to share this program, for you to like it. Do you think it is good to like this program and share it? I ask you, do you think it is important that this program deserves to be shared and liked so others may know? As you come, please like the program. Let me repeat it again. If you are particularly on this YouTube that I will be in center of a wall, there is, look up in front of your phone, there is a 3 dots in front of your phone. Touch that 3 dots in front of your phone that is straight like this. Just touch it, it will open. You will see like, you will see dislike, you will see report, you will also see share. So please like the program so because once you like, others may know that we are live. Once the like is increased, that is how people are coming in more. Those who never come across of the platform, and you also want to come across the platform, next thing you should do is RealBiafraTv. Next thing you should do is to do what? Is to subscribe on the YouTube page and turn your notification on, so whatever we are live, you will know, and you can come and join us also. So I beg you to join us. I beg you to share and like, so for others to know the benefit of having a new country and the laws that controls this, and know that having a new country is our right. It's our right. Every other country in this world, there was a time they are a new country. Every other country in this world, there was a time there was a new country. They build this, and you go to America, you go to Chicago, you go to wherever country you are. There was time there was a new country. The criteria as they pass through is what I am bringing out and dishing out to you. The criteria that every country you see today pass before they are where they are now is what I am dishing out to you. They follow due process. Now we have a government. We must follow due process. The due process is what? International laws that guides us as a new country, as a sovereignty new country that have a territory to protect. That is why on the day of the declaration, they did a document that shows that from November 29, 2024, that all Biafra territory has his freedom from what? From the hands of Nigeria. This is how the process is going. This is how you're supposed to handle it. This is how you're supposed to handle it. And that is why when I told you that I saw that the government are doing it well, no matter how enemies are trying to blackmail the government. Everything has been laid down. You cannot force people to believe, to worship what you are worshiping. You must allow, they said, a freedom of religion. Worship what they want. Now we go into the next article of UN Charter. The right to self-defense. The right to self-defense. The right to self-determination. The right of people to self-determination is a cornerstone of international law. Recognition recognized in the UN Charter and the other international instruments. They continue to occupy of territory against the will of its people is evaluation of these rights. Nigeria continuously to occupy in our land is what? They are on the evaluation of international law, UN Charter. Under Article 49, under Article 43, under Article 42, these are the rights that Nigerian governments are evaluating right now because they don't care, because Nigeria does not have a law. Nigeria is a lawless country. That's why they don't know all this. That for them to continue to occupy our land, to continue to occupy these new states, they are committing crime under international law that will handle Nigeria. We are not only the one to handle Nigeria, but international law will come in to handle them also in a due time. The only thing you have to do is to be patient with the government. Everything will be right. I see Asati Nigeria Wine. Good morning from here. And you also greet citizens of Biafrans. Listen. This continued occupation of a territory against the will of its people is a violation of this right. This principle reinforces the territory and the non-sovereign nation of occupation and provide a legal base for the occupied people right to arrest the citizens of the country, like Nigeria. To arrest Nigeria military, not their citizens, because they are violating the sovereignty of a new country. This UN Charter. This is what UN Charter. Not Biafran Charter. Not Biafran law. Greg, I greet you. Good morning from here. I salute you. This is not Biafran law. This is international law. Before I go into conclusion, summary they give to you and I, there is some article I want to touch hand to remind you something. Augustina, good morning from here. I greet you. Let me touch some things, some headlines to you, so you may understand what we are doing this morning. International law, international humanitarian law, IHL. What is this IHL? What is this IHL? It is a body of a constitution that protects us as a new country, as a new nation. Our rights. Once a country is being declared, a new country has its right to protect their citizens that have population and maintain a relationship with their citizens. For the occupier, for those that occupied our land, Nigeria, to leave our land under international law. Now listen. The Hook of Relation of 1907. This relation established the fundamental rule for a brilliant occupation of those that occupy our country. I want to use a simple word so you may understand. It's established the fundamental rule of us as a new country to govern ourselves. Then listen, Article 42 under international law, under UN Charter, and the IHL said under Article 42, define a territory as occupied when it is actually placed under authority of the hostile army. Now we have defined our territory, and Nigeria is in our land, using army to surrender everywhere. Is it their right? Or is not our right for our self-defense? It is our right. We have the authority under international law, under UN Charter. This is Article 42 said that we have authority to remove Nigeria in our land. Then how? Listen, Article 43 mandated that the new country has power to restore public order and the safety of their citizens. 1. The law respects it fully if a new country use a force to remove Nigeria from our land. Remember, removing Nigeria in our land is not removing Nigeria citizens, because the law is against us if we chase away or deport all Nigerian citizens in our land. Then also, the law is against Nigeria to deporting our people are in Nigeria territory also. It's vice versa. No one has that right. The only thing you have right to remove, they said, if a new country is a hostile stage with a military of the old country. What do we need to remove in Nigeria? What is holding Nigeria? Nigeria was holding by only gun and bullets, by Benetton. Once we remove them in our land, it's over. The citizens of Nigeria, we abide by our own law, and our people who are still in Nigeria territory, we abide by Nigeria law. That is what international law proving to us. Under this Article 43 of this international law. Now, we go into another law again. The 4th Geneva Convention, 1943/1907. Do you see, since when they put these laws down for you and I, 1907, who are one Nigeria, were you born then? Me that a Biafra right now, declare a nation. I was not born then. 1907, the law has been implemented and keep it here for us to see how we can do it. That is the law for you. The law has been there. And when they put the law, they don't know that Biafra will march. When they put this law, they did not put it because of Biafra will come in 2024, November 29. No. The law has been there from 1907 to in 1949. They added more to it. They added more law to it. The 4th Geneva Convention, 1949, sorry. This is the most comprehensive threat on the probation of civilians in a time of war. You know, the way it is now, our government are trying to remove war with Nigeria again. That is why diplomatic movement is the best way to go in. Now that we are a new country, now that if we are not a new country, you dare not do it. And nobody will look at you, nobody will listen to you. They will see you as a rebel separatist movement. That is what long agitation has caused. Remember, if you go down on this page, we have discussed long agitation, the dangers on it, and how international law sees it. Everything was abiding by the law. But because of Nigeria is a lawless country, they don't value law. That is why they are breaking international to go and kidnap Masin and they can. Those who tried to kidnap Omaru Diko in UK, in Britain police arrested them and put all of them in prison, and they paid the ultimate price of trying to do that without due process. Everything has a due process, and the due process is legal, not illegal. Are you following? Principle of temporary occupation. Nigeria are temporary in our land according to international law and treaties. Remember, we see reading on the 1907 and the in 1949, this constitution, this law was amended in 1949. They add more things because of they are seeing how everything is happening. I want to read this comment from Asatina. He said, immediately we declared USB on November 29, 2024. Nigeria has no rights under international law to occupy any part of Biafra territory without USB government contact. That is what we are doing here. We need to educate ourselves more and more. We need to educate our people. That is why we are here, to prove it. Because when you write it like this now, they will think you just formulated it on your own and saying it. That is why I'm also starting to tell those who say that the governments are not following the template of Mass Simon. We are not going to follow. I have go and check very well. We can only follow a template of international law and local laws and the customary laws. This is the real template. That is why I told you that what the government is following is the real template of how to get a new nation. But if Obato Obie is here, many things will be changed under international law. And you know how he does his own thing. So you don't expect this government to come back to be doing like when we are in bridge, or when we are in IPOB, when we are autopilot. No, now we are a nation. We must make standard of international law and follow it accordingly. That is the structure we're going to be used. That is template. The template is international law, no longer individual law or what we think. Even Obato Obie is using international templates, reading Montevideo Convention to us, reading a history of countries. The only choice we have right now is the template we have is international law, local laws, and customary laws, legal documents. That is the only what we have to do this time around. That is only how we are going to get what we want. This is the rule. This is the real truth that we must know. The template of Dr. Ngozi Orabeze with government, with the council members of United States of Biafra, must to be a template of international, local, and the customary laws. This is a template, and that is what they are following. That is why they are not doing what. That is why we cannot depend on army alone. No, the time has passed. The time has what? Passed for us to be depending on this. Before we go into conclusion of this article, this law that we read right now, anybody who wish to call is free to. I said it in. If you want to call, you are free to call on number plus 973 360 51337. If you have something to let the other people to know, to educate us more, you are free to call. You are free to call. Let me repeat the number again. Plus 973 360 51337. That is the number to call if you want to call to contribute your own part of this morning, or submit your own opinion, what you think on what we are doing. You are free. You are free to do that. Conclusion, in short, international law does not provide a single immediate mechanism for removing Nigeria from our land. It provides a powerful legal framework that Biafran government is going to use to remove Nigeria from Biafra land. I want to be using a light English so we all can understand it. Here they use demise Nigeria, but I use remove so you can understand it. Nigeria occupying in our land. From after our declaration, Nigeria, sorry, we have a call. I permit the call. So after the call, we come back. Let us listen to our people. Yeah, Easy Way is here. Let us listen to our brother Easy Way. Easy Way, hold on. Let me put you on the mic. Hold on. Hold on, please. Okay, now you can go on. Good morning from here.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
And greet everybody should like and share because this is too educative. This platform is where you can come and learn what you don't know. Because now Nigeria,
Truth.
the something that happened when we were in school happened to us. They didn't allow us to know anything about history. Because we are the children of light. That once we dig inside that history, we will know what we want to know. That is why they remove it from all the curriculum. So my brother, I think it is for use this platform, then educate. On our day, some people, but not do unnecessary, irrelevant questions in order to distract you.
Yeah.
So on our impact, like all these some of our brothers, they don't have because some people should not be more platform. They will not have a saga. No, I have the ultimate. Anya to go be at all. It's a shows. They never Okay, now I was listening to Progress the analyst this morning. The analyst about our brother in so much respect. Go we are he also na project level. And Jamaica go get it. They clarify everything. They have real, no long time video, but no real. Can see a job that even now because that envy and jealousy, like Exodus preached yesterday. Envy and jealousy, bitterness, and then eating it up. What is very, very, very bad. This is what I expected all these our people on a big platform to be doing. Look at now. Like some people now, I want to share some group. Like at least one or two persons must learn from that place.
Yeah.
So keep it up. I'll do this because even when Exodus was doing program yesterday, he made mention of it that people should kill him because they can already get. In aspect of educating and in educate your number. So my brother, I don't have much to say. No, I'm going to be in this part. You know how I couple or game of a saga. I'm going to that's not high. I'm on friends. With this
No, let me. I hold you there. Let me correct. Biafra. We are in Biafra already. We have declared it. We are only looking for just one thing. What is that thing? One country to say Biafra is a country. That is all.
Yeah.
That is all.
That is the thing.
Because
our government is pushing hard.
Very, very hard.
Like our GPM tweeted yesterday. In fact, I was so happy.
Yes.
Showing that I had a church.
No, now.
Washington DC. Okay, say picture. I got here we have a government that is up and doing.
Yeah. Yes.
So on your brother, after disgrace yourself. Because now people you I never go see where they are because I just hear or fucking away but all 30 hours, if just whoever 3-4 hours. Hope you're the game where you know.
Now.
That is why you are trying to educate people so that we will get this thing done. Because all these our brothers, Kahiruso, I have killed immediately with the work of the government. By now, also can they
Now.
Because all these things now, all this sabotage, now all these things, because all the government now have internationally, our brothers are now locally. By now, everything can reach Chicago.
You are right.
I know some of our brothers, after that, we man on Yahoo, green snake under green grass. After that, like this, I don't go where no Yamaho, Bukarisha, Holy West. No Yakachi, and so where I have to say, I was ready. After I was so I am broke at a wheel.
We are waiting for that. We are waiting for that.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Can not to we go. So my brother, I don't want to express too much because that is why whenever I listen to it, I will learn one or two things because education every year now. That is why I died of that. You were carrying one limit for education. Only the 70 years can I tell. onye nke ha na 20 years or 30 years I say about papa class or mama class.
That is our local mentality now. Yes. That is the thing now. Okay, see it. Okay,
Now, if you eat and to be learning, because education is power.
Yeah.
And not the other way around. So, my brother, keep it up.
Thank you so much, Easy Way. Thank you always for being here. Thank you for your nice, always making a point. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We move. We have a missed call. We normally return call back. If it's a call, we can return back based on what we are doing. We have to return the call. Yes, let's all return a call back to our sister, Ijele, if she's still online. Yes, good morning, Ijele. Asatina, good morning.
No, good morning.
Good morning.
Mazi. Chingozege. Mazi.
Gozige was one.
Good morning, Biafran people. Good morning. Great USB citizens. I salute you all this morning. Mazi. This morning, honestly, all the teachings you have done it. Thank you for this information you are impacting on our Biafran people. A lot of damages has been done to our mentality, to our brain, and that is why, like my brother that just spoke now, that was why I had one of this history from the curriculum.
I told you I was in JS1 when they removed it in school. My first term they removed it.
You can see you can see what you are bringing out. You can see what you are bringing out. Nobody. I told you, it was only Mazin Namdekalo and Mazi Simon. Even Mazi Simon, but Mazin Namdekalo did not even go this far in this international law.
Yeah.
Mazi Simon did almost all of them, and Ezra. So I really love what you are doing. I really love what you are doing. And again, but Biafrans, just to let you know, after listening to this lecture this morning, this information this morning, what you have to say to yourself, you that is still saying, I will wait until Mazi Namdekalo come out, I will wait until Mazi Simon Ekpa come out. After listening to this lecture today, this information today, what are you waiting for? Have you not seen it with your koro eyes that USBG declared is the right place to be? They are following they are following the template and also following the international law. Everything is being done. On that 29th of November 2024, that was the day we closed the chapter of freedom. Biafra struggle.
Yes.
Now in our freedom.
We on our independency. They said now that we on our independency as a new nation.
That is the process we are all sealing up now. We are going home this year. I'm telling you. She keeps saying it.
Yes.
Nigeria is occupying a sovereign state.
That is what it is.
She knows. Now I know. She knows. Over the time of woto, you can hear it from Chino Korea now. Chino did not make this one up. It's in the international charter.
UN Charter, Article 42, 43. Then that wasn't enough. They also refer us to the 4th Geneva Convention, 1907 / then when amendment was done in 1949. Who of us was born that time?
Imagine.
That all these things are down, waiting for us.
Imagine. And that is it. That here with the reason that you were saying, when you want to hide the truth from an African man, most people will say black man.
Yes.
Put it in writing.
And serve it.
Once you put it in writing, that truth will forever be hidden. It's only here now. Only here now. So many people coming out. Yes, what are you doing? Yeah. We have done everything.
Everything.
I'm telling you.
Somebody who is telling you that imagine the in fact, when we are in the game, we ask you, imagine the inner chester to open your mouth and compare government with the Ogenkere and the Mamadou Abu. What a pity.
Yes.
What a shame.
In fact, I have to be told.
No, ana m akpọzi kemgbe ana m akpọzi afọ abịa challenge otu fọdụ bịa ọpụta eziokwu ahụ niile o ji. I'm calling on him.
Because exactly. Google 247. I hope you are listening to this platform, Real Biafra TV. This is where the real deal is happening. Come and listen to your colleague. You thought you have it all. Nobody, even you go 247. You don't know anything. That shoe, go and enter it. I challenge you. Just you won't even last 1 minute. You will come out of I think you just up on that shoe. I'm not a comfortable place. They check all this. I'm not going to now following the template. Come and listen to Chino. You know that we have done everything by declaring that nation. USB. What other template are you looking for?
Then the template of a nation said once a new country is being declared that you will send official document to occupier. Those who do Nigerian government. Our government do not send document to Nigeria that this country where you are now is a new nation. It's a sovereignty nation. Remove your hand from here.
Gino, you know when the Congo's organizer will be saying all of these things, a lot of people will be laughing. Jerry said letter. But they don't know this is just the right thing. That's the process.
If Nigeria is a country, do you know that Sudan and South Sudan, because they know the nation, they also immediately South Sudan declare themselves as a new nation. That Sudan recognized immediately with our Western time.
You see,
Nigeria is supposed to be the first country to recognize us as a new nation if there is a law in Nigeria.
Yeah, but they will not, of course.
Because it's a lawless country. They hide the truth and the history and the international laws away from Nigerian people. That is why the people do not understand what we are doing.
Let me tell you this thing beforehand now. Just get ready. I pay for this your platform. I'm gonna acquire from left, right, and center. I'm telling you. This is that truth. They don't want anybody to know. That is what you are bringing out. I'm telling you.
No, do you know that name a platform? One of those who want to show the platform and send email link, I should click, so my YouTube will be promoted.
Yes.
If I see, I will just go and delete you away from my. I already know them.
Yes.
That is why I am asking our people. I needed just a little support because I need to open backup page of this platform. But God may do it when it's the right time.
I know you would not like to do this, but Biafran people, we need support in this platform. We need gadgets to bring this thing go in the live screen.
Yes, honestly.
We truly need support if you love what Chino is doing, please. We need support. I know Gino might not like what I'm saying now, but actually I can't help this. We really need this.
No, yesterday I told Biafra now because of challenges I am facing, I need a support on a gadget alone. Because I want to, when I'm reading this document, I want to put it on a screen and make it openly, so you can follow to read on your own. And that is also why I was trying very hard to bring the one that has a voice on it. If you know what it takes me to put that voice on this thing, after finishing my program in the night, for me to come up this morning, I don't know if I even slept up to 3 hours. I wake up because today is my off. What am I sleeping for? Why I need something that I need to understand by myself, and also let my people to know the rightful thing to do. Honestly.
Yeah. So, Gino, please, in order to pass this message, I don't know how you want to do it. Is it putting up your number if you want to support this gospel?
Yes, I have already called my number because a country where I am now this year, on last 2 months, that is on June, they passed a law here that nobody should put his number on a screen on any YouTube or any advert. That if anybody wants your number, that person should call you, give that person the number direct. So that is why I was not tagging my number on my comment section. That is why.
Okay.
I was calling from my mouth. Okay. So for those who have it, if they wish to, honestly, if they wish to, I want to try today if I can be able to anchor with one of our big platforms, even if it's Humble Lion again this evening, to do 1 or 2 things there, so people may know that we are live and we need to get all the information that we need to do something. Honestly.
Okay. So now I think what you should do, you type something in your comment section, your what is it called, your page or something.
Yes.
Pin it. Yeah, you pin it. You know that if anybody wants to help, to support, bringing this information to the viral public to go more viral. If you want to support this ministry, this gospel, I don't know what to call it. This is too much.
Because even in my comment section, people are bombarding me that I should try and reach a Radio Biafra. That this information need to be sounding there. But I am taking my time to study everything. That place is too far.
Everybody will get that information. Even the government will get that information. Whoever that wants.
Get it.
This is something the government should support. If you ask me, this is something government should support. It will get to them, and I am sure they will actually do something. You understand? But the first thing first is for you to write that comment, pin it.
Now
whoever want to do that, don't put your phone number, but let the person chat or reply the chat so that you will give the person. I don't know how you will do it.
Yes, I will do it. I will create it. I will do it in the night. Yeah, I will do it.
We really need you urgently to come up in the live screen so that people will be seeing all of these things and not you bending and reading it so that they will see it. Koro.
Yes, and that is why sometimes from the phone I will show it on the screen and look at what I'm reading. I am not making up anything. I'm not adding anything.
Yeah.
The only thing I do is that sometimes I will remove a very hard word that are very hard for people to understand. We put a common word in our own way because we like everything to be very simple, so we can be able to understand it very well.
Thank you so much, because we have been hiding. We have been holding ourselves not to respond to one person, but this time around, honestly, he has taken more than he can handle.
I challenge him. What I told you, go 247. I said I have a meeting with you, go 247 and Dr. Agi. My question was, Ugo 247, are you going to resign now that Dr. Agi told you that she asked Dr. Ngozi Orabeze to give you assistant secretary of Biafran government, and she refused? We go true or false? I challenge you. You have that meeting recorded. Bring it. That is my question. What happened today? You resigned because of your madam who wants you to be his PA. Resign. That is what happened here. Nothing more than that.
You see, everything boils down to looking for position.
Then the question now is go 247. If I will go 247, I could have mute myself. Then indirectly, we'll go 247 is referring to my Simon. Am I not here when Chiamaka Adere went to Idu and they come back? You give him a deputy position and he did not give me. We go 247 is bitter against my Simon for not giving him that position that time. He's bitter till today. Now he has a chance to prove his bitterness. That is what I call a long time grievances. Ugo was holding grievances against my Simon Eba for not giving him position. Then if he said you are not, why did Dr. Agi said it and another Dr. Agi who said it resign from the government and you resign? Why do you do that? And you become against the government? Come and tell us. Come and defend this thing I'm saying right now. We go 247. Let me tell people one thing. Because of people on social media before does not know people know it all though. We are just because of I'm here doesn't mean that I know it more than those in the comment section. Those on the comment section know it more than me, but because of they did not have the privilege of opportunity to open YouTube, that is why they are here making their comments, supporting. So you won't think that because of your platform, I will express the government, I know it all. Who are you? What do you know? You know nothing. On international law, that will be our word. That will be the document we are using. That will be the mandate we are protecting. That is everything that we have to do. Nothing more than that. That is the template. The template is now international law is our template, not individual templates anymore. This law between 247, 1907, there is a law for a new country criteria. In 1949, the law was amended. Then in 1933, Video Month Convention proved its own. The UN Charter proved their own also. What else do you want? Which template do you want this government to follow? The template of international law said that now Biafra is declared, that we are not going to deport the citizens of Nigeria back to Nigeria. We are going to allow them, but we are going to remove their military bases, their army, their points, that is what international law said openly. What else do you want? Which template do you want again? Template you also, or template in the Okibe? Template Butos and the humble and the gentle Yahoo. Is it the template you want us to follow as a new country? Where have this happened in the world?
Yes.
Template.
That's the template. Hey, gentle. Why are you calling gentle this? Why are you? Is that what the template says? Go 247.
Template.
Thing you know about templates.
Asatina, there is another thing I want to tell you go 247. Asatina, you know that when a man is not married, he has a template, right? When a man married, the template will change. Is it not true? When only a woman is in the house, there is a template. When the woman and the man have a child, the template will increase. Is it not true? When have one child. If they have 2 or 3, the template will continue changing. That is how it is. How do we go back? Okay, if you go 247 is telling us that we should fall to template of Mass Simon. Why do we against IPOB One Nigeria who say they remain underground on template of Mass Simon and they cannot come south? We go 247 has become a fallback member. We go 247. You are my master. This is a man who brought out the social media, but I can't dance on your tune and support you when you're not doing it right. That is who I am. I don't care who you are, you owe my life. Take it, but I must tell you the truth, the way it is. I do not condone even if my father is doing bad thing. I will throw it to you face to face. That is who I am.
You know, it finally come down to another door. By saying, guys, God, click. All the people in the media, I am the one that did them. I am the one that did it. Did you think that this one will,
He's not this media. What?
Anabra, Gary, Oya, Uchashan, Oya, feeling over good, Josie, Korea, Gagano. Thank goodness that is fully controlled by the spirit of Biafra.
That is it. The spirit has possessed her.
Yes, ask yourself, why you will be the servant, a humble one for that matter. You were there. Your master, your boss, PM, a supposed person who knows the law, Minister of Deputy Information, the Minister of Information. That means you are bit bad. Now, if you go to the water ground, I cannot go to your place. If I say that will be with that, then I know why I get to pay that day of yours of where you are here. Did you ask that same question that particular time when PA was here? Did you feel that same way? No, you did not, because all the money, all folk working on one pay and a platform and they
Asatina, there's one thing I want all of us to know. If somebody talk about to go on platform, somebody will don't say that on my platform. You are using emotion. You are using emotion on the about to go 247. We have to remove emotion and first truth to squarely. I don't believe in emotion anymore to anybody. I don't love you. I love my freedom. And the once you become a hindrance to the freedom, I kick you away. If you are my father, block me. I will block you too. What are we waiting for?
To face this thing, what is coming. You on a chapter on achievement upon his head now, or the quiet strong enough.
Ihe mabuna o mepe ya. Mwa ga-ejikwa document in that these international laws follow go 247 or follow na wo onwe ya n'ala. Mwa ya beka me na obasaga. Onto na agụ ihe nda na akpọ ya afọ si ya okwe in social media all this year. Go and learn through all these documents. Go and learn through all these international laws. So you may understand that you have deviated, that Satan has possessed you. That is just it.
The long-awaited truth is here, dear friends. The long-awaited information is here on your fingers. Please do not take these things as a mere talk or whatever. After all said and done, so do not be moved. A lot of them will be finding one to be talking down on the government. Hear it from here, from this platform, that this government actually is on the right path. They are doing the right thing to do. The process is what they are.
If you listen to my yesterday night program, define a rebel. Ugo 247 now fall on the track of a rebel. They said a new country versus rebel. Do you know that this video Monty Convention also proved those criteria of a rebel and how government is it? That is why I'm happy that the government also know that there is a group that will become a rebel who will be against the fully government of the new nation. That is my happiness. And they said that the government has its right to arrest any rebel in a due time. The due time is when Biafra court start working in Biafra land. Everybody must face consequences of what you did. Then that is when the amnesty will come in. Many people will be granted amnesty because of what comes out from my mouth. Some people will go to prison because of what we discuss on social media. Believe you me, international will support that.
You don't start already now. Let me just run out for something.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jelewan.
That's a great one. Please, great Biafra. We need support in this platform. Please, if you love the truth and you love what is happening in this platform, please, if we have to help and make this thing to reach to so many of our Biafra genuine people. Honestly, this platform is actually cleansing the damaged brain of our people. That's what this platform is doing. Chukwuka is in this platform. And thank you so much, Master General.
Thank you so much, Jelewan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am very honored that you are on this platform this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We must continue. No surrender, no retreat. We must continue on what we are doing. We are on the right track. That is my happiness. This is not time of photo anymore. The time of photo is what is over. We have a voice note from one of our mommy, so we have to listen to what she has to say to Biafran people. Let us listen as I put it on the mic.
Biafra, no. Because here the way send this audio na mamike call. China one woke. Inwe idea nnam. Oya adịrị na mma. Oya bareke. Nnam jisike. Jisike. Okwefu ebe a na Chukwu okike tie gị isi. Ka ị na-eme anyị
Sorry, my people, hold on. I seized the voice. You continue listening.
Kine educate Nnam jisike. Ụmụ ajụjụ nchọ ịjụ ụmụ Biafra, ndị barrister, ụmụ Biafra barristers, lawyers. Ona ha amaghị this law. Ona ha amaghị this law dị. Ka ona ha na-akọ ha ama ya ezobe ya because ha chọrọ Nigeria. Ana m ajụ na ajụjụ. Ndị si na gọọmenti anaghị emete ya. Biko na anyị na-echu unu ka unu bịa ka unu jụọ our brother Chino ajụjụ. Biko unu ezozina. Unu ekazina one side ga na-ekwu gọọmenti a na-emete ya. Onye na-edig history now. Ọ na-akụziri unu history. Bịa nụ jụọ ajụjụ. Biko unu. Anyị na-echi unu ka unu bịa jụọ ajụjụ. Ọnya ka na-asị ka njụọ unu ka ngwakọ unu nwa. Ya, ọ bụghị o mechie ihe a na unu kwa na one side. Unu na-atamu. Ndị law, ndị si na ha bụ law na Biafra land. Igbo speaking Biafra. Non-Igbo speaking Biafra. Biko unu, ọnụ na-amụghọ this law. Ọnụ na-amụghọ this law. Ka unu just mee agbachi nkịtị. Gịnị ka unu bụzi na law? Gịnị ka unu as a law student? Ka research ị mere. We're still waiting for you people as in this that law to come and ask a question. A question, please. Here no education now. Now, our brother, RealBiafraTv. Biko Biano. Oga baron we bara anywa uru. Baron yob na uru. Okwefu ihe a our brother na-ebupụtacha now. Na-aga ime ọ na ihe anyị na-eme kịta na n'oge adịrị ndị odudu wee easy to get their own to quit out. Unu ga n'ụsọ onwe ihe unu ma unu na-achọ ọkwa ime anything. Unu kwuru na asị na gọọmenti a na-emete bụ ka unu na-anọ woto. Come on, ụmụ Biafra, we should wake up. The last one that go noble. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you so much, Mwada Adobe. Thank you so much. Because of she's at work, and while she's at work, she cannot be able to call and join us. That is why she sent a voice note for you to know how important, how she loves our government, and how she's become a citizen of a Biafra, a true citizen. Like American people say, we are citizens, we love America. That's how it proved to you how she, even though she cannot, I said it, if you cannot call, send the voice, we play it, Biafran people will listen. Send the voice, we'll play it, the Biafran people will listen. What that you must know is this: the truth is bitter. Yeah, though she said, I still think that the southeastern problem is Nigeria federal level. Rather, it is much from the governors and the saboteurs. Even when Biafra does not, bad egg, what's change overnight? Get me my person. Thank you so much. You are right. They are right. They are our problem also. But we Biafrans are on our own problem. Because they hide truth and law to us. We don't have it. It's why everything is happening the way it's happening. But now that we are here to present it the way it is to our people, for us to know it by ourselves, it simply means something else. It's something that we must do. We have to do it. Nigerian government is our problem, but we can't continue to support that the same problem they are giving to us. We need to support it more. That is why we have to do all we can to exist from Nigeria. We have already exist Nigeria on November 20, 2024, waiting for small little finishing. You know that when you build a house, you know what it takes. But when it's come to finishing of a house, you know how hard it is. Final touches. Sometimes you'll be spending money and say, why am I spending such amount of money now? This house, I finish it. That is where we are for now. We are on the line of finishing touches. And on the line of finishing touches, a lot of things are going to go down. Remember, we are now in what? Conclusion of 3-body law. UN. Montevideo Convention. Geneva Convention. These are 3 people that has conclusion to tell us what we have to do to remove Nigeria fully in our land as a law that was declared. But in short, international law does not provide a single immediate mechanism for removing Nigeria in our land. Instead, it provides a powerful legal framework to do what? To remove Nigeria in our land. From its out and impose the secret set of a rule of Nigerian government over a power in our land. The legal remains for the side of both two of us, Biafra and Nigeria. The law is on both on our own side. How? Where? That is when we read that we don't have right because of we declare Biafra or we get recognition from any country that we will start deporting Nigerian citizens in our land. No. The only thing we are removing is the power of Nigeria in our land. What is this power of Nigeria in our land? The power is military, police, forces of Nigeria. Both military and parliamentary. That is the power that we need to remove. The power that makes them to put governors in our land. We need to decriminalize their court, kangaroo's court. Stop them working. How can we do it? First, the court is not our problem. Our problem is their military. Our problem is their police. Our problem is those forces, the armored tankers they use on us to stop them with international law. By that, then we are moving. My people, we are the one holding ourselves, whether they like it or not. We are holding ourselves. How? We are holding ourselves by not supporting the government fully. Give them money. Support them with funds. Ugo 247, Israel looked for fund when there was fighting. Ukraine asked for fund. Ugo 247. They ask for human aid when they are fighting Russia. Many countries like that. You will see a country, Hamas, they go to Nigeria, look for fund. Nigeria give them a place to mine gold for them to use to fight Israel. And you know that when it happens, they didn't even laugh when they are asking for money. Nonsense. We must continue. To protect the Biafra land population and preserve the origin sovereign right. We have a sovereign right. We must protect it under the ambit of international law. That is all this law we are reading here today. There is a 3-body law that supports us. That way you don't have to be afraid. You don't need woto. I'm continuously telling you, we don't need woto. We need legal framework to remove Nigeria in our land. How did this legal framework started? The legal framework started from the day that we stood up to re-declare Biafra officially as a new nation. A country like Taiwan is a country in China. Go and check history. Kosovo is a country. Somaliland is a country. But what happened? They are not on a global stage because they are de facto government. They was not officially declared. When a country is not officially declared under international law, they call you a de facto government that cannot perform on a global community international stage. This is what the Lord said. Not me, not you. This law was there from 1907. The law has already been there. Then on 1949, the law was amended. Now that we have concern of Biafra from November 29 till date, immediately we go to our land, there will be amendment of our law. And once we amend, we attach that date. This is the first when we introduce our law on November 29, 2024. Yes. Then when we go to Biafra land, our things are coming out, our things are folding. Then we will do amendments, and we will also put the day of the amendment. Nigeria have amendment on 1999. When you see our law in Amazon, nonsense. This is how a country is being planned. This is how a country is being ruled. Not by us. We are flowing template. This is the real template now that we have declared Biafra officially. Someone should tag Mazugo 247 on this platform. This is a man who we always tag when we are on Humble Lion platform. He will come educate us. We will give him honor. We worship him. We respect him. Today he's behaving like I'm assured, and they want us to keep silent. Listen, the ultimate legal movement, is official declaration under Article what? 43 of United Nations Charter. That the legal movement is what? Re-declaration officially give us the equal rights, chances to prevail, to do things. We must continue. And to preserve the ultimate legal right is our official declaration of United States of Biafra. This gives the new country a chance to remove the old country military in their sovereignty, territorial integrity zone. So for them to be able to control all their territory as a new nation. In the ambit of law, it is a right if they use force under self-defense. Even now we are in a government, even now we are in a new country, if we decide to do what we do it under self-defense. And self-defense support us. But they said that easiest way is to use the framework of what? 1, getting recognition. 2, a member state who are under UN, United Nations, should present our matter to the UN, and they will put its mouth. That is what the government is working for, not a lobby to do it. It's a state that are member of United Nations that we present our matter. Even if though that we present and they refuse. Once a country recognizes us now is officially country that was declared was under UN, they will present our matter immediately, and that is how international body will come in to put their mouth on what is happening in our land. Once one country recognizes us, we have that country be a member of UN. We don't need a Kosovo can recognize us as a country, fine, but they are de facto. But on the equal legal right, they don't have right to recognize us because they are not officially declared. It must be a country who is officially declared, who are now working under UN. who preserve, who have preservation of Montevideo Convention, who have preservation of Fourth what Geneva Convention. These are people that we needed now, and we are seeking for that. We will get it. Nobody will stop it. Nigeria cannot bribe the whole world. Nigeria cannot bribe the whole world. I want you to know it and know it clearly. I want you to know that Nigeria can't bribe the whole world because of us. There is those who reject Nigeria. That is why the government needs to go to those countries who don't have. Nigeria is trying to make every country their friend because of Biafra declaration. But can they stop? The truth must prevail. The truth can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. Truth and destiny are the same thing. Destiny can be delayed, but it can never be denied. Nobody will deny us our right because they all know that it's our rights. It's our inalienable rights to have our governors, our new country, our president, and our laws in our country. This is the process. Here they say it is a full process to remove Nigeria from our land. After every hard English he had, it's all about removing Nigeria from our land. I am going to allow you to play fully. After playing fully, then we go to the next headline we have. After playing it fully, then we allow calls to come. After the phone call, we may decide to close or we may decide to read more of these laws for you people to know that your government of United States of Biafra is on the right track under international laws. It's not all about being intellectuals. It's about taking your time to when you try to educate yourself, then you have something to tell other people. Oh, yes, I am calling on you. Come and ask me those questions you want. Let us use international law. Let us use law. I have a document of how America get their independence. I am coming for OBS. Any day you come, me and you will start from there first. That America where you are, or Germany where you are. Once you come, you will first tell me the country where you are. I will bring how that country get their independence and how they get recognition and where they are. That is where I will start from any of you. I challenge any of you to come. Officer AJ said, many of our people are still reasoning like Nigeria. If reasoning like a genuine Biafra, then you can get the point of direction. Thank you so much. You are right. Let us allow the voice to play again so you can hear it. Not by me. That is why I put in his voice for the doubting Thomases. Let me open our big. Law against the removal. Please hold on. Let me put it on our big speaker. Yeah, we can go now.
Of an occupier from a country is not a single.
National law, most notably the prohibition on the use of force, and the body of international humanitarian law, IHL, that governs the conduct of an occupying power. Here is a breakdown of the key legal principles and sources. 1. Prohibition on the use of force. This is the most fundamental principle. The acquisition of territory through the use of force is illegal under modern international law. The key source.
Sorry, my people.
Source for this is UN Charter, Article 2, 4. All members shall refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, or in any other manner inconsistent with the purposes of the United Nations. Customary international law, this principle is widely considered.
Sorry, my people, I went to this myself. And sorry, we move now.
a just Kogan's norm, a peremptory norm of general international law from which no derogation is permitted. An occupation, by its very nature, is a result of the use of force. While IHL provides rules for how an occupation must be conducted, the act of occupation itself is often a violation of the UN Charter, unless it is an act of self-defense or authorized by the UN Security Council. 2. International Humanitarian Law, IHL. Once a territory is occupied, a distinct body of law comes into effect. This law does not legitimize the occupation, but instead aims to protect the civilian population and regulate the relationship between the occupying power and the occupied territory. The primary legal instruments are the Hague Regulations of 1907. These regulations established the foundational rules for belligerent occupation. Key provisions include Article 42, defines a territory as occupied when it is actually placed under the authority of the hostile army. Article 43, mandates that the occupying power must restore and ensure public order and safety, while respecting the laws in force in the country as far as possible. The Fourth Geneva Convention of 1949. This is the most comprehensive treaty on the protection of civilians in time of war, including those under occupation. It places extensive obligations on the occupying power, including principle of temporary occupation. The occupying power does not acquire sovereignty over the occupied territory. It is an administrator on behalf of the original sovereign. The occupation is deemed to be temporary. Prohibition on annexation. The occupying power cannot annex the occupied territory. Any attempt to do so is illegal. Prohibition on population transfers. Article 49 explicitly prohibits the forcible transfer or deportation of the occupied population. It also prohibits the occupying power from transferring its own civilian population into the occupied territory. Respect for local laws and institutions. The occupying power must respect the existing laws, customs, and institutions of the occupied territory, including its courts, unless absolutely prevented from doing so. Protection of civilian rights. The Convention provides for the protection of civilians from violence, intimidation, and collective punishment. It also addresses issues like food, medical supplies, and freedom of religion. 3. The right to self-determination. The right of peoples to self-determination is a cornerstone of international law, recognized in the UN Charter and other international instruments. The continued occupation of a territory against the will of its people is a violation of this right. This principle reinforces the temporary and non-sovereign nature of occupation and provides a legal basis for the occupied people's right to resist and regain their sovereignty. Conclusion. In short, international law does not provide a single, immediate mechanism for removing an occupier. Instead, it provides a powerful legal framework that delegitimizes the occupation from its outset and imposes a strict set of rules on the occupying power. The legal regime of occupation is designed to be temporary, to protect the occupied population, and to preserve the original sovereign's rights. The ultimate legal imperative is for the occupation to end and for the occupied people to regain control of their territory and exercise their right to self-determination.
Thank you so much. You heard it clearly. This is what we have explained to you this morning. We have taken our 2 hours time to explain this, and they allow you to play fully. So for the doubting Thomas, you will not come here and you will not come here to come and tell us the things that does not exist, things that are not true. This is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes we throw back, sometimes we move forward. Today, call for some, after this moving forward, now we need to throw back on what we did yesterday and to refresh your mind, remind you something. A rebel. How to define a rebel? Those that a rebel once a new country is being declared. Do you know that under international law, they have it there also? Do you know that? Before I will go to that throwback, is elect? Yes, you are right. That is our right. Under UN law, USB we move. Read these comments, read this down in your mind. It's a fundamental right under international law. You hear how many chapters, how many articles that support what we are doing. Even Geneva Convention, 1949, also supported us as a new nation. So why are you going to be afraid? Why am I going to be panic? Because of what I don't know. Try to know it, so you won't make a mistake. If you are not happy like me, you are not happy. I am very, very happy that we have a government who understand who understand temperament work, who understand rule of engagement. Because when you understand the rule of engagement, you will not make a mistake. Our government understands the rule of engagement as a new country, and the criteria here, this government said, is full criteria that you have to follow to remove Nigeria power, Nigeria military, Nigeria police, Nigeria force, air force, whatever in our land, in our new country. This is what we are here to present to you this morning. I hope it sounds clearly. I don't know whether you're happy like me, because when I read all this, it makes me happy. It gives me more morale to talk about our government, a new country. That online country has this law. The online country has this law. This law is on our side. Oh my God. You need to smile, you need to be happy. You need to thank our government. We need to thank Dr. Ngozi Orebeze to carry this mantle. We need to thank her in a special way. For declaration alone only, that was save you and I. If not for that, all the labor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, labor of Ojukwu, labor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, labor of Mazi Simon Ekpa could have been wasted. And that was not what the government planned. That is why they fought this declaration till today. But their fault against the declaration is a useless effort wasted. That is what it is. USB understand the stage and the season we are in. This is freedom quote. Yes, it's a freedom quest. That is what we are doing. The government understands. That's why I'm telling you, give this government your fund. They need it. That is all they need, because no matter what happens. And that's why I also tell you, now we have officially declared we can sign a contract with any country. We can sign officially contract right now with our document. And why do we? Because the government, you know, who declared the nation also. So if the contract that we are signing is failed, they will hold the government in charge. They will arrested all the cabinet members if they refuse to give the country who support us what they need on our hand. That is why it's a time to use the oil. We have to save ourselves. Okigwe is under siege because of the oil in also, in Okigwe, in Olo, can never finish until this world end. That is why that place is overheat, is overhot. It is a right for government to go and have a contract with people to say, support us, bring us into the world stage. We give you this oil in 2 years, 3 years. We have a phone. Let us know whether is there a price. Is this public call on what we're doing or a private call? Permit me to do so, my people. I want to check where the call is coming from. So it's a private call. We are not going to answer it now. We will answer later. We will answer later. We are not going to answer now because of what we are doing. We don't want to deviate from what we are doing. That is why I am thanking all the Genuine Biafrans for standing tall on the side of our government. It is very, very important that you understand your government. How could you understand the government with all these things that we are reading out on international law? Are you not understanding that your government is on the right track? Now, with this, all these charters, with all these laws, do you fully believe that you have a government who knows the rule of engagement? Do you? I want to see in the comment section. Because for me, I believe. That is why I'm very happy. That is why I don't care. If you are told what I'm passing through because of this thing I'm doing here, you won't believe it. The threat, the phone calls, the blockings of families. But did I care? I did not care because I want to be free. I want to write my name among those who help, who do the electoral job, who committed electoral quota to our independence of United States of Biafra recognition. That is why I'm doing this. But if you are my mother, you can block me. So far I have a life. It's my freedom to choose what I will say, what I will do, and how I'm going to live my life. Nobody will choose it for me. That's how also it is in the government or international law. We have all of them to choose. Please, as you come, may you like and subscribe to the YouTube page. I beg you to do that. We are looking for 1,000, so we can be able to be streaming the program live. We are on 800 and something, despite the attack on the page. So I want to tell you, yes, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, and the ESN, MSE, Mazi Simon, but rejoice for what you seek, we have got it. Yes, so that the seal they made them to be in where they are today, we have got it. And the other told know that we got it. That is why you choose to go to the best as the surrogate, as an actor to protect the mandate. The mandate is what? What is this mandate? The mandate is the declaration. Officially, is the main mandate. The template is international law. Let nobody deceive you. Do not touch emotion in what we are doing. Remove emotion. Remove personal emotion of liking someone. Love the truth. Love legal right of what you are doing. That is what I loved. That is why I can tell you go 247 my father on social media. I told him, Father, my father go 247. You are not doing it right. This is a man I love so much. He can, if I play some of my voice note to go 247, you will know how much I love this man. When I was in the homeland until now, I am outside Nigeria. He's a man I have followed over all these years. Look, watching him on social media give me joy. But today, because of I love him, because of the way I can't do not mix emotion with this our government. Remove emotion. Then you can understand everything. The template I told, I want you to get narrative correct. The template of Obi has to protect its real declaration of United States of Biafra officially. The mandate is that. The template is international laws that we have to abide by it. They will get recognition and will become a free nation like other countries, like America, like Japan, like China, like Germany, like Italy. Name them. They all. Do you know what when it is 1907 that this constitution was amended? This constitution was thrown out. Then in 1949, it was what amended to benefit us today. The law that was laid down in 1949 is what is legal framework for us. That's what makes what we are doing in now we have government legal, not illegal anymore. Since all these years, what we are doing was illegal. A separatist movement. That's what they call us. A rebel group. That is all the names that we have answered. But now that Biafra was declared fully, we are not longer there. All those names has died. No international body can call us separatist movement anymore. We are not there. We have passed the exam. We have won the election. We must use template of a country to rule a country. Because it is. Yes, he deviated because of emotion. Of somebody telling you, now I told her to give you this position, she did not give it to you. That is where everything dies. Somebody would go and run out of position, and then only you know about to be any queer. No, in a more man, you're a smart man, you're a good man, no doubt. But about to never give you those positions when he's here with us. Now that we are declared, do you think he can give it to you? That's why I told you that the movement we are into need those who have documents of what it is, those that well read. Ndebo ndị gụrụ akwụkwọ oge uche ọ bụ ọkụmadụ ka Chioma Okeọma gụrụ akwụkwọ oge uche ọ bụ people like Chioma Okeọma who went to school as they go to school without having conscience, without even knowing the law. I don't know what they read, what abroad or anywhere. It says somebody can read in abroad but becomes an illiteracy on what we are doing because of love of money. That is their problem. So we must continue, my people. I said after summarizing, if you want to call on this platform, you may call. After what? After this, now is free time to call if you have the number. That's plus 973 360 51337. That is the number. Only on WhatsApp, straightly on WhatsApp. If you want to call, this is the number you can call. The number is plus 973 360 51337. If anybody wants to call, that is the number to call on this platform. At least to put a voice, your own voice in what we are doing. It is very, very important if you may do so. It is very, very important if you can do so to what we are doing this morning, because we really need your voice to support and contribute. That's why we pick all calls of our brothers once they're called. What we are doing is what's doing. What the government is doing is what's doing. Chai. All these things are there. But we are on social media. We have a call. Brother, hold on, let me put you on the mic. Yeah, you can go on. Good morning. Ike Jesus. Yes, your voice needs to be added more, please.
Okay, let me bring it to my mouth.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, good morning.
Good morning from here, my brother. You're highly welcome.
Yeah, I think all the good people of Biafra, all the good citizens of Biafra, the well-wisher of Biafra, and I greet all the cabinets, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister Samonepa, our Ayepo Akunwai, the Deputy Prime Minister of United States of Biafra, the Chief of Armed Forces, as it is today. We greet her.
Yes, so.
And whoever that you don't like him, like her, to go and hug transformer.
Now, so you be, my brother. You don't care.
Yeah. My brother, I must recommend you. I must recommend you. I must recommend you. You are doing a great, glorious, wonderful, excellent, perfect work.
It's Chukwu Okabiama is helping us to do that.
The way you are bringing all these things, honestly speaking, is changing a lot of people. You can see today, we have about almost 40 people here, right?
Yeah.
Live. Yeah. We started with the 10, 11, 12.
Yes, sir.
But today we have almost 40 something to tell you that this thing you are doing, I will continue to be saying it. It is the work of those people that call themselves where they for government, where it gets what do they call them? Where it gets space, where it gets channels. This thing you are doing, it is what they're supposed to do by teaching us this particular issue. Because this is exactly what our people is lacking. This is exactly what our people are supposed to know. If our people start knowing this thing, my dear brother, our senses, the way we talk and the way we behave, both in social media and outside the social media, change. You will see a lot of change. but they never did it. They are fighting Dr. Ngozi. He did not do it this way. He must do it this way. He did not do it this way. The one you're supposed to do is lead it. I must recommend you. And I want to use this opportunity also to address this way for the video he made. I don't come down, listen to them. This way to go back to also listen to the video he made about 5 months ago. Let him go back, listen to that video, and listen to the video he made today. If you think that we have forgot, we never forgot. You was working with the government, a woman that is declared Biafra, a woman he said that he sent you money, a woman that he said he loves so much. He loved the way she carried on that declaration. And one stupid idiot element called you. Say no, don't work with Ngozi. His road is not there. Without you to not verify as a grown-up man and intelligent military, he started listening to a coward called success to follow Ogakere. You now abandon the woman. Probably the woman they gave you, according to you, gave you 4 point something million. Probably Ogakere have called you and I will give you 8 million, or I will give you 6 million. Without you not following the principle, the legitimate government, then because of money, you now abandon the right way. Now I decided to follow Ogakere. Today now, he came out and make a video. You have withdrawn. They are hijacking account. They are not hijacking account. Please pray. Listen to yourself. May God forgive you. I wish that you will go back to the government and listen to the government and apologize to the government. Her hand is well open to receive whichever that want to work with her with the truth, not by deceiving.
Yes, sir.
This is my prayer to you. You please well. Thank you and God bless. Please, I have somebody to attend.
Yes,
Thank
Ike
you.
Jesus, I appreciate you. In fact, you're one of the honorable members of this platform. Thank you so much for making that a very important information out and dishing it out to us. I love you. Thank you so much. Continue. May Elohim protect and guide you. Thank you so much. We must continue to stand on the right side of the truth and the right side of the law, not what we think. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, my people, you had it here. Prince Maxwell should be, oh God, money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. Power change hands. If Prince Maxwell have been controlled and lobbied by Nigeria to withdraw, it's okay. If what he's doing is enough to chase Nigeria government away, they would have gone. That is why I told you, what we're doing does not depend on only arm. What will give us what you want is international law. Our document of official declaration of United States of Biafra. That is what will give us what we want. Not by gun and bullets. Believe you me. Believe you me. Here they said under that document, under that international law, it said that when a country is being recognized by a member of UN, that alone is enough for the new country to use force, and also international body to come in to support them, to chase away those who are in Bakassi Peninsula. My brother, do not be panicked about that. The government will take care of it. International law will take care of that particular area, that something is happening there. It's our right. We will get it in due time. If only God of Prince Well, of his men, can protect that place and remove Nigeria, for over how many years he's been there, why did it not happen? His fact is good as he withdraw. Let him go and sit down. International law will get us that place very back. Bakassi Peninsula was given to Cameroon by also on a law that Nigeria give to them and on a vote. We are going to get it back through international law also. It's our land. We will get it. It's our property. We will get it. Prince Maxwell and his men cannot get it since over all these years. Then don't you know something, that for them to not be able to get it, their power is not enough. International law, local law, customary laws must be involved before we get that place. That is one thing you must have in your mind. That is one thing that you must know. Do not be panicked, do not be changed. Focus on what we are doing. I want to refresh our mind. Once I hear that somebody move out from this government, this will be my message to that person. Listen to this. I will not interpret it. I will only play the voice and allow the voice to go. Innocent, I see you. Good morning. You're welcome. Do not mind those people. Let them continue what they are doing. The law is on our side. Do not panic. Listen to this. Once something like what Prince Well did, look at my message to Prince Well. Let me try and get that message I have to send to Prince Well. So tag him here to come and listen. Tag him to come and listen. Define rebel versus new country. To define a rebel in a new country. That's what we're passing through. Eh? Just that they said that to define rebel is a complex, and they can listen. Let me just play it, so they may know that everything is under Constitution. Everything is under Constitution, so they may know that. They may not just think that we
Finding a rebel is complex and can vary depending on context, especially when a new country is declared. Generally, a rebel is a person or group that takes up arms against their government or a recognized authority. However, in the context of a new country, the term can become more nuanced. Here's a breakdown of the criteria and how they relate to the declaration of a new country. Defining a rebel. From a legal and political perspective, rebels are those who engage in protracted violence.
From legal and the political perspective, do you see how the word rebel comes into a new nation? I hope you heard it clear. I hope you heard it clear very clearly. I hope it's sounding clearly on your ear. This is my message to anybody who is against this new government, against this new country. Look and listen to this. We continue.
With the intention of gaining political control over all or part of a pre-existing state's territory. They are distinguished from criminal gangs by their political objective. This objective could be to overthrow the existing government, secede and form a new country, or force the government to reform. A key distinction is that a rebel group is an organized entity. They have a leadership, a command structure, and a political purpose. Civilians who simply support the cause are not considered rebels unless they become directly involved in military operations. Criteria for a new country versus a rebel group. The declaration of a new country, or a secessionist movement, blurs the line between a rebellion and a legitimate state-building effort. The international community uses several criteria to determine whether a new entity is a sovereign state or a rebel-held territory. These criteria are outlined in the 1933 Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States. Permanent population. The new entity must have a stable and identifiable population. Defined territory. it must have a clear and consistent territory that it controls. Government, it must have a functioning government that can exercise effective control over its population and territory. This government must be capable of maintaining order and providing public services. Capacity to enter into relations with other states, this is a crucial element. A new country's legitimacy is often determined by whether other established nations recognize it and are willing to conduct diplomatic relations with it. The criteria for a new country contrast with those for a rebel group in a very important way: legitimacy and recognition. A rebel group lacks this international legitimacy, while a new country claims it.
Yes, so
A group fighting for independence may start as a rebel movement, but if it successfully fulfills the criteria of the Montevideo Convention and, crucially, gains diplomatic recognition from other states, it can transition from a rebel movement to the government of a new, legitimate country. The rebel label is primarily used by the pre-existing state it is fighting against, while the new entity's supporters will refer to themselves as freedom fighters, separatists, or the provisional government. The role of international law. International law, particularly humanitarian law, also plays a role in defining the status of rebel groups. In cases of civil war, a rebel group may be granted belligerent status if it meets certain conditions. It has an organized armed force. It occupies a significant portion of the country's territory. It operates under a responsible authority. It conducts its military operations in accordance with the laws of war. This recognition of belligerency doesn't grant the group the status of a state, but it does mean that the conflict is treated as a non-international armed conflict, subject to the rules of international humanitarian law. This is a significant step up from being a mere criminal insurgency and can be a precursor to a group's claim to statehood.
I hope you had it here. Place well, choose the option you want. They say that the official new country declared claim rights from international law, but the rebel group don't have any support. They don't have any support from the international law or a state that are recognized under UN, because they are not a country being officially declared. So if you decide to stop working with the government, you're on your own. Anybody who works with Ogenkere can never come back work with the government again, because Ogenkere is what? A rebel group. They are corrupt group. They are insurgency. They are threatening our people here and there. That is what international law called it. Not me. You heard when they said Montevideo Convention 1933. I did not say it by myself. I did not. I am proving what law said about rebel. So if you decide to be a rebel, continue being that. Continuously doing what you think you can do. It's you on your own. I hope I just present you this to refresh your mind. We have done this as a full program in the night. So just look at this, have it in your mind. So you know where you belong. All the criteria to be a new nation, we have overmet them. And the process that the government is taking is the right process. It's a right thing to do. Under legal and international laws, our governments are doing the needful. I must continue telling you that. I must continue telling us that. That is what it is. We still have the line for opening for calls. If anybody wants to call, remember, only on WhatsApp. Then also, if you want to support me for this post, for this platform to grow up, to have necessary guys. So what I am reading now should be on our screen. So all of us can read it together, all of us can see it together, see all the articles, see all the things that we need to know. Support me, call the same number, then tell me that you want to, so ask me what do I need. Anything you can support with it. I want to make this platform a bigger one, so this one can be going viral. You can also be streaming, so those who don't have time to call can come in and make their own contribution, and also support what we are doing. Please, it is very important if you may do so. If you may do so, it is very important that you support this platform for us to move forward, for us to do this more and more, for more people to see us and understand what we are doing. Even when we have a platform, we are going to do a lot of throwback. So people may understand that we did not start just now, that all these things are there before we was born. Before I was born, these laws are there. These treaties are there. So I don't see the reason why. It's the only reason that they hide it from us. But today, we are the one to use it for its position. We are the one to search and bring it out. It's a time to search. It's a time to change the narrative. It's a time to do it the other, do it in the right way, in the legal way, not to do it no way. And what to see me abroad to do government right now. No other way of doing it except this way that the government is doing it right now. That is the only legal way that we have to get it. It's our right to do it that way. Do not panic. We are waiting for calls. If call did not come, it's 3 hours like I normally take. We are going to end the program and wait for those who watch it later. Please like this program, share this program. We are here for 3 good hours and we have only 38 likes. What happened? If you go, YouTube is kicking people out, which is really is happening on this particular page. I don't know why much attack here and there. I don't know why much attack. When they were here, we're not attacking anybody, we're not saying abusive word, we're not going to YouTube guideline. But YouTube will be kicking people away. If you check the last my guide now, you will see 39, but they keep 38 here. If those are watching out after this program, just look between 1 hour, you will see if you are in the program, through the program outside. If you go and check the view, you will see 1000k plus. But when we will see only 37, I don't know why they are hiding all these things. I don't understand why they're doing that. Or is it to demoralize me? YouTube, you are wasting your time. Now we die here, we die here. I go nowhere. I go nowhere. If what is the only thing you can do is to be kicking away subscribers, continue. Likes, continue doing it. The message must sink on in due time because the truth comes at last. Had I know comes at that is where we are. If anybody want wish to call, the number is +97336051337. If you have something to contribute this morning, you are also free to call to make your own contribution because no brain is a waste. All brain is yield a fruit in what we are doing to educate ourselves more and more. So, my people, as we're waiting for the call, we are going to do 1 or 2 things until the normal time. In the next 10 minutes, if there is no call, we are going to call it a day. Let us continue refreshing our mind on things we have done in the past. Before today, when we come again, we come with a new article, with a new program today, with a new document. With a new document. That's what we used to come back today when we are going to be back on the stage again, because we must be doing all this time without time, so people may, those who did not see it today may see it tomorrow. Who did not see it today may see it tomorrow. So you will understand. Listen to this as we are waiting for call. You must continue doing it, like I told you. What we are doing is our right. We are not going to stop it. Government continue doing their own. That is where you can tell the government, hellborn. Tell your government of United States of Biafra, hellborn, because they are on the right track. Everything, the Geneva Convention, everything we need is there. Hey, and we are here. People are deceiving some of the people are deceiving themselves. You cannot present us all these documents and you're telling me, what are you searching? What are you bringing? No, coming to give us your own narrative, what we think. It's no longer a time to do what we think. It's a time to do what we have to do to prove on international global stage that we are ready, that we understand international laws. That they don't need them to teach us that. That is the time to rethink, to change our narrative on what we do and what we are not doing. There's many platforms. You can go to listen the truth. Go to BIAFRATv. Go to Mass Humble Lion. Go to Ada Simon. Go to Kai Reports. Go to Ezekuna Son. Go to what is this our brother? What is one of our brother that is very fat? Forgot his handle. All these things, people, where you can go time to time. So if you watching your data to listen to inconsequential Dave Leaf, the woman who is not a Biafran, All these things are there. So we must continue. We must look at it and see the way it is. We must do everything within ambit of law for us to get our nation and remove Nigeria from our states. My people, this is how far we can go this morning. So I want to say from here, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for supporting, for being on the comment section. Thank you so much.